I had a car accident and it was a pretty life-changing accident. It's what broke my spine and I became paralysed. The top of the car, it caved in. If I had been up straight, it could have done more damage to my head, made me even more brain damage, or worse, meant my death, which I'll take spinal injury over death any day. I was so wobbly and unstable. I cried when I realised I couldn't get 8 hours sleep because of bladder routines. The fun life of having a spinal injury. There are times that I get sad, but I don't dwell in it and I don't sit in it. I accept it and then bring on the new day. I feel like I still have a lot of things left to do. And although I'm paralysed and it's hard, it does not mean my life is over, and I'm never going to give up living the life I want to live.
Why you never give up?
Welcome to Time and Conversations. Today's guest, Emily, a filmmaker and director, gives us a peek into her creative process, the challenges she faces in the industry, and her exciting future projects. Emily's resilience and innovative approach to filmmaking was something I captured in our conversation, especially shown through her documentary, Never Give Up. Some of the other films, for example, Also Going to Be, showcases her unique vision and dedication to storytelling that transcends personal challenges. Emily shares her journey from overcoming significant personal injury to using her experiences as a foundation for her films. Join us as we delve into her journey for her passion in filmmaking and directing. Welcome, Emily. Thank you for taking up time with me to do the interview.
Thank you for having me here.
I have to say, I first heard about you directing What's It Going to Be, because I interviewed your male lead a few weeks ago, and I have to say, I was like, your storyline, was really thoroughly planned out, and I was like, how did you come up with the idea of What's It Going to Be?
Well, I guess it's inspired by some of the experiences I had and some of the experiences I could see and be part of when I was in hospital. So where we filmed was actually the same hospital where I spent, I think it was 5 months of my 7 months in hospital after my spinal cord injury. And for me, being at the rehab there and learning how to function again, I was learning what was possible, which is what inspired that story. Because when you're first paralysed, you think your life is over. You just think, I'm just going to be in a wheelchair. But through the rehab and through nurses and through friends and family coming to visit and stuff like that, they'd get me to try new things, and then I was like, oh, I can do that. And then my whole idea of what was possible would open up. So that's what I wanted to do with this. I wanted to tell a story that would, about people finding new possibilities for themselves by going out into the world and doing something and doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Because it ties into the documentary that you showed me as well. Never give up. And limit yourself. And don't let nothing hold you back is certainly the underlying message I got from Never Give Up. Just like the title. So I take it Never Give Up didn't take you too long to come up with? Right, the title of the film.
Well, my documentary film.
Yes, the documentary.
Someone suggested it because it's how I ended the film. I say it to myself. I don't know if you remember.
I do remember. Yeah.
So I didn't know what to call it, and then someone was like, you should call it this. And I'm like, well, I guess that works.
Names are so hard to come up with, for sure,
I
right?
know.
It's like the funny part of how mind works is that we can write a whole entire screenplay, do the whole production, film the thing, direct the film, and then we're stuck on the title of the film.
Well, that was What's It Going to Be. I hadn't figured out the title were calling it burgers on set.
Oh, because they went to get burgers.
Yeah, so
There's a bit of a play on thing.
yeah, that was just the name until I figured out what name I was going to call it. So I wanted to experiment and try different genres. So
Oh, cool. Like you were saying, crime is one thing, and then
yeah. So like I want to try a horror date one day. So
oh, interesting.
yeah.
So can you tell the audience a little bit about how do you direct? So for example, you've got a script already.
I'm still learning directing, so I'm still experimenting with different ways. But for me, I like to be prepared. So something I'm learning is I like to write some notes with some different prompts that I can ask the actors to try. And I've read, it's a book from a book, Directing Actors. I think can't remember the right, True to Someone. I learned a lot from that. So, yeah. And just so, because sometimes you can get a bit nervous well, I can get a bit nervous and then I don't know what to say. So having notes just there makes me feel more comfortable because I can just look down and say, oh, can you try this? Or can you try that? But I am still learning. So like directing What's It Going to Be, that was a big learning experience. And something I didn't like about that experience was that I was away. I was set up on a monitor away a bit. But whereas I directed something else after that in November, which was an episode of the Match Made in Melbourne, and I had it on my had a wireless monitor on me, and I was right near the camera, so was right in it, and I could easily talk to the actors and everything like that. So yeah.
Do you edit your films yourself or do you collaborate with somebody else?
So far, every time I've edited myself, but I do want to try not editing it, so someone else editing. Haven't tried that yet. I'm a bit scared to because like when you edit it, that's the final thing of the film. They say you write your film 3 times, once writing, shooting, and then editing. So, but
that's so true.
Because you can really change the film in the edit. Like you can make it.
Yeah, for sure. Because ideas come. Sometimes striking ideas come last minute. Like you think that's the storyboard, and then you're right. As you're going through editing, you're like, oh, what if we change this to reflect, the story in this way? Was film something that you always wanted to do?
No. I like creating art and doing things like that. I've always wanted to do that. I was at Deakin doing major in graphic design, and I did a class in writing with camera, so like some camera work classes, and I did another film camera class and another film class, and then I'm like, oh, I think I really like this, and then I changed my major to film studies, and then it grew from there. But then growing up, I did make videos and edit videos and stuff like that for fun. I don't know why I didn't register that I wanted to do that.
Do you have any like mentors or people you constantly
Lots
consult?
of mentors.
Like, like you have a whole list of people to thank you.
They're like not people I consult all the time, but they're people I look up to. I've looked at their work. Like I know them and I ask them questions and stuff like that. So some of my teachers at BCA, they're amazing. I've looked at all their work, and whenever I have questions, I ask them, and they're always happy to help me. And just my different people, a few times where I couldn't get on set and I couldn't do something just because I wasn't accessible, and that made it really hard. I was like, why am I even trying if I can't do it?
Yeah.
It physically can't be possible. But of course I feel those feelings, but Yeah, and there's always a way to do things. You just have to be a bit creative. So I just have to be a bit creative and find different ways. And sometimes you need help. So, for example, there was a shoot that I was ADing on, and the location was at a club, and it was up, I think it was 5 or 6 flight of stairs, and no elevator. So, and then I had to get up there with a bit of 2 girls helped me, and I got up there.
Yeah.
And and I was able to be there all day and get that experience and stuff like that.
Yeah. So in future, how do you think you'd want to continue to improve directing?
Just by doing.
Just by doing.
Just by making things and also
I like that.
And also learning from others as well.
Yep.
Like it'd be cool to do a director's attachment one day.
Yep.
With the director I respect, that would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think the real learning is by doing, because you learn from your own mistakes.
Would you want to sign up to maybe do other roles in the film process?
I have done other roles because a part of uni was I've done sound and DP.
Yeah. My
DP experience wasn't very good because it wasn't an accessible set, so I couldn't actually access half of it, so I wasn't really DPing it. So, but I'd like another chance one day to do DP role and actually do the DP role.
Yeah.
But I really like ADing because it kind of suits my personality and it's something I can do.
Yep.
And I've also done a tiny bit of A scene as well.
Yeah.
Assistant camera.
Okay.
And when you're first starting out, just start out with whatever you got.
Yeah. So you reckon don't let that stop you, Don't let, you don't have to go get the best equipment.
Yeah, because you start with what you got and then you'll learn from that. And then you can slowly update your equipment slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get all the equipment at once.
Yeah.
Because then you'll learn by doing, then you'll learn what the right equipment it is you want. Yeah.
That's some wise words there. Yeah. Because I hear that a lot. Like, some people think they think there's a difference to the production quality. Like, they think you've got to get the best equipment to make it look fantastic. But but there's a whole thing that's
So there's a difference between looking fantastic and being fantastic.
Being fantastic.
Because people want...
That's a statement and a half. I like that.
Because you can have something that looks amazing, but what the person's saying is not interesting at all. So it's about what's being shown on the camera is more important. Well, no, not more important. It's, I don't know, just really important than what the picture looks like.
Yeah, like the quality of...
Yeah, the story
scene,
or who's talking. So that is what gets people's attention. Like, that's what keeps people watching.
Yeah, for sure. So what's the most memorable thing that you've learned in VCA?
There's so much.
There's so much.
Something I probably have learned and helped me grow as a filmmaker is that the most from my VCA is probably I used to be really structured and really organised just because I've a brain injury ABI, so that helps me focus better. I've learnt there that, and from the film industry as well, that the film industry isn't like that. So to be more okay with being comfortable in the not unorganised, just, and for example, with What's It Gonna Be, I challenged myself. I didn't have every shot planned exactly, so I left it more free. So I had an idea of what shots I wanted, but more free with the shots would get, which probably might not sound scary to some people, but someone who likes to be super organised, that was scary for me.
light bulb moments hits you.
Yeah, because
when you're on set.
new ideas will come on set and
On
everything.
set, yeah.
And things always go wrong on set too.
For sure.
So you have to like be able to.
And I think it's nice to have actors just suggesting, can we shoot the scene this way? Can I say the lines like this? Can I not say anything? You know, can I just cry here? You know, like I think that's, as a director, that's probably, it's up to you to make that call, huh? On how you want to, yeah. If you could, I guess, advise those that want to, you know, pursue filmmaking, what recommendations would you give them?
Who want to pursue filmmaking?
Yep.
Well, how I look at it in pursuing my career in filmmaking, I think it comes down to three things. One of them is like learning what to do in schools like that. So any chance you get to learn. The second one I think is having folio work. So, and just having something to show people. So for example, having my YouTube channel, I was out there, I could just, and I'd talk about it and people, oh, can I see it? And then I can show them and then they can easily see it and stuff like that. And the third one is networking, because the film industry is really about, it's a team, it's a collaboration of people, not you by yourself. So meeting people and knowing people and getting out there and meeting all sorts of people and
not be shy about it, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Just
So yeah, go. There's so many networking events in Melbourne, like, and they're just fun events, meeting people, talking about films, talking about stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so, some very practical tips.
Well, that's how I try and approach.
Yep.
To getting closer to my goal of a career in the industry.
Yeah, yeah. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing anything further, any other projects you have upcoming. And thank you for your time.